If you haven't, of course, been able to book an Uber or even have your lunch delivered, it's because eHailing drivers are currently on strike. Gauteng Transport MEC Jacob Mamabolo met disgruntled drivers on Monday, and the drivers want government to regulate the industry. So let's get more details, of course, of what came out of that meeting. The MEC was meant to join us. However, his spokesperson, Theo Nkonki, joins us live now to answer to some of our questions to him. Thank you so much for your time, Theo, and good morning to you. Let's start here. How did that meeting go between the MEC and eHailing drivers from your perspective?
Very good morning to you, Tumelo, and thanks so much for the invite. The meeting we held on Monday with the eHailing operators went very well in that we agreed on certain things. You would remember that we met with them last year following a strike that they addressed to us with regards to certain issues that they have with the app owners. And subsequent to those meetings last year, there was a bit of, a slow progression towards addressing some of the issues because of certain reasons. And when we reconnected with them on Monday, we did admit that the process was slow, but they agree with us that the only way to really resolve some of the issues that they have is through dialogue and talking to each other. So we have created a platform for the operators themselves and also the owners of the apps, which is Uber and Bolt, to sort of meet at a central place. And we have a person who is dedicated to making sure that the talks go well and that people understand each other, because some of the issues, as you would know, relate to their relationship, the operators and the app owners themselves.
Right. So you had mentioned before that there was a slow process in coming to the point you are right now with eHailing drivers, and I suppose the meeting on Monday was one of them. Why was there a slow process? What informed your delay as government?
So what we did last year, we appointed a person who was going to lead the negotiations, an advocate who was going to lead these negotiations. Obviously, we wanted not to interfere in that process. So we left it to the negotiator and the state attorney to then run the process. There was a bit of a delay in terms of the administration of that process, which led then to slow progress in addressing those issues. But as I said, we are now at a position where we all realize that that was a big problem for us and for them. And we are saying that moving forward, we have to find each other. We have to negotiate with each other. And the app owners as well should be part of that negotiation. Because if I may go into some of the issues that they are crying about, the issue of the fares themselves. They believe that the app owners are not giving them enough in terms of the profits from the fares that they use to ferry people. Right. So we believe that that cannot be an issue that can be resolved just between us and them. So you need the app owners as well to form part of those talks, and so that they find each other, because they are in the same business. They are working together. They even call themselves partners, and they should work as partners.
Yeah, but of course I spoke to some of them and they say they're definitely not partners in practice. It's more of just a word that is enticing on paper, but it says that it's more of a passive relationship where they have to take instructions from the app owners. But Mr. Nkonki, you mentioned that you agreed on a couple of things with eHailing drivers. I just wonder, what exactly did you agree on? Because essentially they are saying they want the industry to be regulated. Will the industry be regulated? Will you be taking steps to ensure that eHailing drivers are protected, their rights are protected? Because amongst other things you mentioned there involving their grievances is safety. They're saying in as much as, some of the riders have complained that they were not safe, themselves as drivers are equally unsafe. So those are just among some of the issues they raise. So will you be regulating industry?
So the process of regulating them is currently underway at the National Department of Transport. Obviously, the National Land Transport Act is being amended as we speak. You would know that as it currently stands, it didn't take into account that there would be what we call now eHailing. So it regulated metered taxis, and currently they are operating as metered taxis under the law. So that review is currently underway, and we are keenly awaiting the promulgation of the Act, the amended Act, which will give more clarity as to what their role is, and also, as you said, regulate the space. But in the meantime, we are saying that some of the issues that they are raising are issues that are operational between themselves and the owners of the apps. And we think that, and I'm happy that they agree with us that the only way to resolve some of those issues while we are waiting for legislation to be promulgated is to talk to each other and find each other while the minister is seized with the act itself.
All right, we have to leave it there, but I appreciate you stepping in place of the MEC this morning. Thank you so much, Gauteng Transport spokesperson Theo Nkonki.